Honorable Senators, we have a visiting school from Kisumu County, which is represented by the distinguished senator from Kisumu County, the one and the only one, Senator Tom Ojenda. Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from Otieno Oyo Secondary School in Kisumu County, who are on an academic trip. Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I thank you. Then let us have Senator Mandago. Oh, sorry. Okay, Professor Ojenda, take the floor and welcome the visitors from Kisumu County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. May I take this opportunity to welcome students from Otieno Yo High School, which is just about 5 kilometers from Kisumu town, to the house, and also welcome the teachers who have accompanied the students. Honorable Speaker, I think it is instructive for students to note that a visit to the Senate is a great opportunity that you should exploit to understand how Parliament functions, so that as you go back to Otieno Yo and to Kisumu County, you are able to share your experience on what you have seen in the lower house, which is the National Assembly, and the upper house, which is Senate. And that experience is important, Mr. Speaker, sir, because students, upon visiting Senate, are able to also aspire and to hone their skills, not just in learning, but also in learning that various professions lead to certain results. In this Senate, Honorable Speaker, there are people from different professionals, and there are individuals or senators from different sectors. We have industrialists, we have lawyers, we have businessmen, we have educationists, and it is important that whichever way you go, that you have an opportunity to serve your people in standing up for and advocating for your people to the best of your ability. So I welcome the students and the teachers to the Chamber of Senate, and please learn as much as you can before you go back to Kisumu County. Karibu, and thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Tom Ojenda. Proceed. Next is Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to make comments on the presidential speech. First, Mr. Speaker, allow me to congratulate Senator Asige for the representation of persons with disability, and indeed agree with I in most of the comments, particularly in making sure that accessibility to persons of disability to services, and particularly to government offices, is observed, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, having said that, allow me to make comments on this speech, Mr. Speaker. And looking at paragraph 19, Mr. Speaker, as one of the senators has spoken in this House on the comments of the President in terms of fighting corruption in this country, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that fighting corruption in this country is not in how much we talk about it and how much we shout about it, Mr. Speaker, but in how much we invest in the institutions that are mandated by law, Mr. Speaker, to deal with matters of corruption. And, Mr. Speaker, the President, in his speech, made it very clearly that he is going to respect the separation of powers of the various arms of government, Mr. Speaker. And in that, Mr. Speaker, the President already has made sure that funds to the judiciary fund are increased. Mr. Speaker, in the quest to fight corruption...
Honorable Senator, sorry. Just a minute, Honorable Senator Mandago. The Senator was just closed the floor. Kindly walk to the bow and then you can close over. Proceed, on Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the President, in his commitment to fight corruption in this country, has committed to empower the institutions responsible, Mr. Speaker. And we know, Mr. Speaker, one of the ways to empower the institution is to give them resources that they can then be able to deliver that service. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, in this country, access to justice has been limited by the number of courts, Mr. Speaker, we have across this country, and by the number of judges, Mr. Speaker, available to deliver justice in this country. Mr. Speaker, by increasing the funds to the judiciary, the President intends to ensure that justice is served at the nearest point to our citizens in this country, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, want to confirm to this House, Mr. Speaker, that the President and his administration has every intention of making sure that the fight against corruption is upscaled, but in a new manner, Mr. Speaker, where the institutions responsible are given the necessary resources. Mr. Speaker, the President, in his address, discussed about